Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram welcoming you to your daily edition of the cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And as far as today's Cricket Happening show is concerned, well, England actually dismantled Pakistan for 198 in the first innings. And one was really wondering as to why Alistair Cook did not make Pakistan follow on, especially considering the fact that at Manchester and Old Trafford, the forecast is not good. There are only 2 more days to go in this particular test match. So one was just wondering whether that was the right decision. But probably, one has a feeling that England were probably prompted because they felt that if it would be very difficult to probably play Yasir Shah on a turning pitch. He can cause havoc, as we all know. So probably that was the one which would have probably be a consideration for Alistair Cook on day 3. But nevertheless, one was a bit surprised when the decision came where even though England actually dismantled Pakistan for 198 in the first innings, in the second they decided to bat first. But they are definitely in the lead. They took a very, very massive lead and then now lead by 489 runs with 9 wickets remaining. And an engrossing day's play lies ahead tomorrow on the 4th day. And also India have completed their biggest win outside Asia when they defeated the West Indians by an innings and 92 runs. The chief architect of the victory being Ravichandran Ashwin, who actually picked up his 17th 5-wicket bag in 33 test matches, and not only that, this was his first 5-wicket haul outside Asia. So let's have a look at both the matches here. So first, I'm getting on to the England versus Pakistan. So looking at what happened today at Manchester and Old Trafford, Pakistan resumed on their overnight score at a very shaky 57 for 4. Misbah-ul Haq and Shan Masood were there, but Shan Masood, after really defending well yesterday, could not go through as James Anderson quickly picked up the wicket of Shan Masood by getting him caught through an outswinger when Joe Root held the catch, and Masood was gone for 39-5-4. So the first wicket went pretty early for Pakistan, and then Misbah-ul Haq, as you know, he's a rock every time. He's such a crisis man, no doubt about it. Every time the chips are down, he has to come every time when the chips are down, and he's always there. He chiseled together a very, very good 52 runs, but as I said, he was not getting the much needed support as Asad Shafiq, who came in, tried to play a short square on the offside. He was trying to slam the ball through the point region. And probably there was a ploy on the part of the English bowler Broad to actually suck up Asad Shafiq on that shot, and Hales at the backward point made no mistake. So Asad Shafiq was gone for 4. Sarfraz Ahmed entered the scene, and Sarfraz Ahmed, one has to say, one knows that he's an aggressive bloke as far as batting is concerned, but probably he could have shown more caution. He was throwing caution to the wind, and he was playing his strokes, and all those strokes that he was playing was a bit airy. But at the other end, Misbah-ul Haq was just, as I said, he was chiseling together an innings, and he was seeing to it that he was always there at the crease, and that was good to see. But Sarfraz Ahmed one does not know. Sarfraz Ahmed, as I said, he was playing airy-fairy strokes. He was taking a lot of chances on wide balls outside the off stump, and then finally it was Stokes who actually had him by getting him caught by Root. But one has to say that Sarfraz Ahmed was definitely guilty of playing a bad shot there. The reason being, he was the one who was really guilty of playing that shot, because that was not needed, because when Misbah-ul Haq was there defending very well, it was just needed for Sarfraz to give him company. But well, Sarfraz was gone for 26 as I said, he played in one-day fashion. His 26 came of 18 balls with 5 fours, and that was not the order of the day, one could say. After that, Yasir Shah was consumed early when Vokes picked up his wicket for 1, and then it was probably, the score was 119 for 8, and probably one thought a quick end was coming. But Wahab Riaz really defied expectations as he joined Misbah-ul Haq. As Misbah-ul Haq was continuing to just play play the ball on merit. But Wahab Riaz was playing some good strokes, and we saw that Wahab Riaz turned his attention over to Moeen Ali, where he actually lofted him for a six and then reverse swept him, which was almost a six, but it ended up as a boundary. But Wahab Riaz was doing a good job, and suddenly from 119 for 8, there was a bit of frustration for the Englishman as this partnership started growing and had already added 60 runs. And finally, it was Moeen Ali who picked up the wicket of Wahab Riaz. Wahab Riaz getting his career best score of 39 with 5 fours and 1 6. And in the end, finally with Mohammad Amir coming in, it was Misbah-ul Haq. Finally, once Yasir Shah was gone, it was the turn for Misbah-ul Haq to lose his wicket, as Moeen Ali first dismissed Misbah-ul Haq and then came on to dismiss Wahab Riaz. And Mohammad Amir was left not out on 9. 198 all out, and we definitely saw some of the balls which the Englishmen were bowling definitely were there were 1 or 2 deliveries from Vokes and Broad which really took off. So and probably that is something which Alistair Cook might have been saying, and that's the reason he decided that he is not going to make Pakistan follow on. And this was a huge lead, as I said. Because it was almost 300 and I think it was 391 runs lead. So a massive lead was taken, and the wickets, well, Chris Vokes got 4 for 67, 2 wickets apiece to Moeen Ali and Ben Stokes, and 1 wicket apiece to Anderson and Broad. And England, as I said, one was a bit surprised at the decision from Alistair Cook, the England captain, not to enforce the follow on. As I said, probably it would have been influenced by the decision, because after seeing some balls really take off, probably Cook felt that if at all England are caught on the final day, and that too against Yasir Shah, who could actually get some real help from the rough too on a turning pitch, things could probably be a bit tough. And that's the precise reason one thought that Alistair Cook decided that his Wards would bat first. So Alistair Cook and Alex Hales opened the innings, and there was not much penetration from the Pakistani bowling. Rahat Ali looked a bit penetrative, one could say, and Rahat Ali and Mohammad Amir started their opening spell, and Alistair Cook and Alex Hales were watchful, but at the same time they were making sure that they were getting runs as the scoreboard was kept ticking. And 68 runs opening partnership happened between the English captain Alistair Cook and Alex Hales, and then finally the breakthrough came when Alex Hales was consumed behind the wicket by Sarfraz Ahmed, or the bowling of Mohammad Amir, for 24 with 3 boundaries. And then finally Joe Root came in and gave good company to Alistair Cook and took them towards the close at 98 for 1, with Alistair Cook not out on 49 with 6 boundaries, and Joe Root not out on 23 with 3 boundaries, 98 for 1. Mohammad Amir the sole wicket taker. And as I said, tomorrow it's going to be an engrossing day's play coming up. There is no doubt about it that it is going to be an engrossing day's play coming up tomorrow, and one is really waiting to watch it. And it's already there 489 runs ahead with 9 wickets intact, and it's only a matter of time. Looking at the weather forecast, I think Alistair Cook would probably apply the declaration as quickly as possible by probably getting some very quick runs in the morning and then inserting the Pakistan. So Pakistan probably will be batting after lunch, and then they have the time to chase probably in excess of 500 runs. So one has to wait and watch. And probably I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if Ben Stokes is promoted in the batting order to go and Ben Stokes and Barstow is promoted in the batting order to go and get quick runs for England. Now from here I am leaving you here, and we are going to the match between West Indies and India. As I said, West Indies have suffered an innings defeat at the hands of the Indians in the first Test match. And as far as today was concerned, it all started with the opening pair, Brathwaite and Bravo. Bravo was the first to be consumed. Bravo was an early victim, early in the morning, as he was, in fact, Bravo actually got a ball which he jabbed at, but the bounce actually took the ball, and Rahane took a wonderful catch of the bowling of Yadav for 10 with 2 boundaries. And then we saw a partnership which happened from 21 for 2. There was a bit of a controversy, and Marlon Samuels probably had nicked one of the edge of Umesh Yadav, and he was given not out. The third umpire, the umpire's conclusion being it was not out, and probably one felt that there was an edge too. But Marlon Samuels lived on. But after that reprieve that he got, we saw Marlon Samuels really get into his element as he started scorching boundaries in the way that he does. And when he plays the strokes, one knows it is some strokes which are of some real value. And he was scorching the boundaries with his strokes after that decision that happened. As Marlon Samuels in that partnership with Rajendra Chandrika, who was definitely doing what Craig Brathwaite, his opening partner, did in the first innings of holding on to the innings. As that was happening, and suddenly there was some bit of life for the West Indies as the scoreboard started moving on, and 67 runs were added. And then finally Chandrika was and that is the time it all started. There was a rain interruption, and once they came after the rain interruption, the West Indies innings totally started crumbling as Chandrika was the first to go, as Chandrika was beaten by the dip and turn of Ashwin. Probably one thought it was a half volley, but as I said, he was getting some very good dip and turn, and Chandrika was sucked in, and Chandrika was caught behind of the bowling of Ashwin for 31 with 5 boundaries. It made the score 88 for 3. Jermaine Blackwood once again collected a pair in this test match as Ashwin actually fooled him, and Blackwood was gone. Blackwood got a ball which actually turned on him, and Kohli taking the catch. He was gone for naught. After that, what a delivery from Ravichandran Ashwin. Actually, Marlon Samuels was onto the stroke, but the ball actually eluded the bat and went on to hit the top of the off stump, with Marlon Samuels walking back after making 50 with 11 scorching boundaries. Ralston Chase found that Ashwin was too hot to handle as he was caught by the substitute Rahul of the bowling of Ashwin for 8 with 1 boundary. Shane Dowditch, who did very well in the first innings, could not do much here, as for a change it was Amit Mishra who had him LBW for 9 with 1 boundary. And what a delivery once again from Ravichandran Ashwin, this time to dismiss Jason Holder, and this time it was the other way around. The ball actually turned and past the bat and pad gap of Jason Holder. It went on to hit the leg stump, and Jason Holder bowled Ashwin for 16 with 1 4 and 1 6. And then there was a brief resistance that happened. That was the time Jason Holder left. The score was 132 for 8, but it was a tall ask for the West Indies as Brathwaite and Bishu started defying the Indian bowlers in a very, very good manner. And Brathwaite and Bishu were doing a good job as they were really frustrating the Indians. From 132 for 8, definitely one did not expect the West Indies to even reach 200, but I thought Brathwaite and Bishu did a very, very good job of putting in a very, very good partnership. In fact, it was a big partnership, one could say, because it yielded 95 runs for the 9th wicket, as Brathwaite, as and when used to get an opportunity, went on to play some big strokes. Devendra Bishu also played some good strokes, but and also the good thing was that they really weathered the bowling of Ravichandran Ashwin. And while this was going on and the score had reached 227, that was the time Ashwin once again came on, and this time he knocked off Bishu as he was caught by Pujara, but not before Bishu made a very good knock of 45 with 6 4s and 1 6. And then finally Ashwin wrapped it up by clean bowling Shannon Gabriel for a boundary for 4, and that was it. Brathwaite remained not out on 51 with 3 4s and 2 6s. I thought Brathwaite did a good job there in the centre, but it was to no avail as 231 all out, and India went on to win the first test by an innings of 92 runs, the biggest win ever outside Asia for India. And what a proud moment for Ravichandran Ashwin, who was named man of the match, and rightly so. Even though Virat Kohli made a double century, I thought the man of the match going to Ravichandran Ashwin was in the fitness of things for his 17 5-wicket haul in 33 matches and his first 5-wicket haul outside Asia. And look at the bowling figures of Ravichandran Ashwin: 25 overs, 8 maidens, 83 runs and 7. He really spun a web around the West Indies batsmen and knocked them off time to time. Ishan Sharma 1 for 27, 1 for 34. Mohammad Shami, who did well in the first innings, went wicketless. Didn't matter, but he bowled well. Amit Mishra 1 for 61. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really puts a lid on this Cricket Happening show of mine today. Hope you all enjoyed it. There's more to come tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.